Okay, hi guys. Welcome to the podcast. I'm calling it Short Story Long. That's been the name of my YouTube channel. I originally made the channel with the intention of a podcast eventually launching, but I just never did it. I never got around to it. My summer has been happening for about a month, and the entire month I've been thinking to myself I should start the podcast during the month. And I just haven't. So I figured on my day off I'm going to sit down and I'm going to record it. And I have off every single Thursday, so ideally I would record it Thursday. Don't know what day I'm uploading it, but hopefully there will be a schedule established, because this is going to probably require very minimal editing, so it's kind of just a straight to upload situation. But yeah, this is my podcast. I have been told that I tell ridiculous stories and that they need to be told to people many times. In fact, that's the whole reason I have the name of this channel, because I was telling a story to my friend many years ago, and he was like, I feel like instead of making a long story short, you make a short story long. Because I really truly do. Like, every single story I tell probably could be summarized in like a 2-sentence Reddit horror story, but they end up being ungodly long. So here's the podcast so I can tell these stories. I do tell them to people in my life, but I feel like I needed a platform to tell more people because they are, in my opinion, genuinely entertaining. So the way I'm going to try and format this podcast is every week I'm going to have a topic type of thing that'll be at the latter half of the episode, but at the beginning I'm going to do my highs and lows of the week. Each month it might turn into a monthly special of my favorite things for the month, my highs and lows of the month, whatever. I'm gonna try not to repeat anything in the monthly specials, but that's how it is. Then I want to go into talking about some of my favorite things that have happened recently, minor things, if I'm reading a book and I really like it, I want to talk about the book. Things that are just on my mind, quick little thoughts. And then move into the second half that's going to be actually in a topic that I want to just talk about. So that's how it is. I guess I'll start off with my high and my low for the week. They're kind of the same thing. They're different parts of the same story have created my highs and lows for the week, but on Sunday, me and my friends, we went on a boat, because my one friend, owns a boat, so we went on a boat to go to the bay, and then take the boat, anchor it, go to the beach, come back on the boat, go home. I want to be clear that my friends have done this before, without me, because, I was just working, so I couldn't go, but it had, it was a foolproof plan. My friend's dad was going to be driving the boat, it wasn't really going to be an issue, whatever. But this time, instead of just my 3 friends going, me, my one friend, and the friend who owns the boat, his boyfriend, are all gonna come. So we were on this boat, and it was honestly genuinely fun. My goal was, I need to fix my tan line. We're gonna look at it. It's really bad. So my goal was to fix the tan line. It clearly didn't work. My tan line is from working because I work so much. But it didn't work for various reasons, but we'll get there in a second. So I have my little tan line, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it fixed. I'm gonna set my bikini, and I'm gonna get my tan line fixed. It's gonna be a great time. I'm gonna put sunscreen on everything that's already burnt, and then just burn everything else to a crisp, and hope for the best. And theoretically, this plan should have been foolproofed. I don't really know exactly how it went wrong, but I'll just tell a story. So the good part was, on our way there, we were, cruising on this boat. We were all talking, having a good time, listening to music. My friend has a music parody channel, so we were listening to the music parodies. I was getting annoyed by that, quite honestly, because I think that they're stupid, and I expressed that on the boat. But otherwise, it was all going fine. We were having a good time. We were literally on the water for about 50 minutes, having a great time, yapping, enjoying the day. My friend just got back from college, so it was I finally got to talk to my best friend. after he came home, and I was like really excited to see him, so we were talking to each other, and then the oh my gosh, the game plan was to take this little motorized dinghy, like think like raft lifeboat type thing, but motorized, and then attach a paddleboard to the back of it, and 3 of us would get on the paddleboard and 3 of us would be on the dinghy because there were 6 total, not including my friend's dad. And my friend on the dinghy would steer it to the shore for about a quarter of a mile, and then we would drive it back and it would be no big deal, right? Who cares? So we got everything set up. My friend's dad like was testing it with him, and he's like, maybe I should drive with you guys, like I don't think it's gonna be that safe. The water's a little bit rockier than it was before. Also, they never used the dinghy before. Like last time they went, the water was so flat they all just like fully paddleboarded by themselves. So they didn't use it. So he was like, oh, like I think I should just come with you guys. It's fine. So my one friend gets on the paddleboard. Well, he falls off getting onto the paddleboard first. Now he's soaked, like dunked in the water, and then he gets on the paddleboard, and then I go to get on the paddleboard, and I knock the entire thing over. So he's back in the water, I'm in the water, and then we all just like look at each other and we're like, we should just take 2 trips. Like we should have 2 trips with this dinghy, and we shouldn't like we shouldn't even try to paddleboard. It's not gonna work. The water's too rough. So I got back on the boat with my friend who fell in, my friend whose dad is there, like him and his dad are still in the like dinghy. They unhook the paddleboard, his dad puts the paddleboard back on the boat, like the big boat, and then he goes into the dinghy again. And I said that I think the people who aren't wet should go first to try and get to this shore. And my one friend was like, that's so stupid, it's gonna just get wet anyways, like the wet people might as well go first. So me, my friend who fell off the paddleboard, my friend and his friend's dad, we all get in this little dinghy that can allegedly hold my friend's dad was convinced at first that it could hold all 6 of us, and then we were like, there's no universe, because it could barely hold the 4 of us. So we're on this thing and it's like fine, and we're like, okay, going. And then I want to be noted that when we went into the paddleboarding, I had a life jacket on, but then when I fell into the water, I was like treading, and I'm like, oh, it's not that rough, like I don't really need this jacket, like I'm not gonna get like taken by the ocean, like I'm gonna be okay. So I end up, because it's also the bay, like it's not even the real ocean yet, like it's kind of a nothing burger. So this is so stupid. So we took the life jacket off, and then as we're on the dinghy, my friends who are on the boat still are like, do any of you guys have phones? Because we were gonna bring all of our phones into this like waterproof bag that floats with the second round people. So they're like, do any of you have a phone? And I'm like, no, but it's okay, like it's only gonna be 5 minutes. Like to drive on this dinghy to the shore would have been a 5-minute drive, then 5 minutes for my friend's dad to come back, 5 more minutes to pick everybody up, and then we would all have our phones. So it's like literally no big deal, in my opinion. So we start going, and the water in this thing like just starts filling up and filling up and filling up and filling up, and we're all like, what is going on? This can't be okay. And then we're like trying to like splash the water out of the boat, and then I'm like, this is gonna capsize. So my friend's dad is like, okay, 2 of you need to jump out of the boat. And I was a competitive diver for like 5-ish years, so I'm like, oh, I'll jump, like I can swim. And my other friend, like whose son this man is, he was like, he's a lifeguard, so I assumed that we would be the obvious 2 picks. But no, my other friend, the original paddleboard friend, is like, no, I'll jump. And I, like, not to be mean, I was like, I don't know if you're as strong of a swimmer as the 2 of us. So I was like a little concerned for him, but I start going, and we're probably about 300 yards away from this boat. I think I probably swam about 75 to 100 yards. Like I think I got a pretty good way, because after about that I go turn around to see like how far behind is everybody else. All of a sudden my third friend is in the water, so I'm honestly still confused about that, and they're swimming and I'm very much far ahead of them, like at least 25 yards away from them. And I'm like, what is going on? So I see that, and then my friend's dad, I guess, gets all the water out of the boat, and he's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna drive it back to the big boat. We're all gonna hold onto the little one and then board the boat, and then we can just dock back at the original dock that we picked the boat up from, and then we can just drive to the beach, hang out at the beach there, and then call it a day, right? So we're holding onto this boat, and me and my one friend are on one side, and then my other friend's on the other, and my friend's dad is in the boat steering. And I'm holding on, and I look over to make sure that he's okay, and he, like, is grimacing in pain. And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I just hit my foot on the propeller underneath the water. And I'm like, oh yeah, me too, because I hit my right foot, like, really early on, but it didn't hurt that bad. And I was like, cannot be good. And the water keeps, like, cycling and cycling and cycling, and he looks like he's going to, like, get waterboarded, like, really badly. I'm like, you gotta keep your head up, you gotta keep your head up. He's like, yeah, okay. And he tries to keep his head up, and occasionally I would look over and I would, like, tap his head, make sure he's not, like, gonna die. And it just kept going and going and going. And then at one point I was like, oh, like, how you doing? To my other friend on the other side, and he just did not answer me. And then my friend's dad asked, and, like, he didn't really answer him. And then I think he just didn't hear us, because if there's a picture, there's, like, a Renaissance picture that I'm not going to put in the video because I don't want to, like, dox everybody involved, but the picture is me looking at my friend who's, like, on my side going, like, are you okay? My friend, like, in pain, and then my other friend on the other side just completely chill, like, hair down, majestically calm. And it's, like, a Renaissance picture of the dichotomy of the two sides. And so he apparently was fine. I think he just probably didn't hear or something, whatever. And then we start driving back to the boat, and the way that this is oriented is that it's, like, spinning around. And because me and my friend are on one side, we don't have as much room to, like, lay down. Like, my other friend was, like, fully, like, laying down in the water, and, like, he was chilling, but we couldn't do that because we would have laid on top of each other if we did. So as we're maneuvering it, I'm, like, trying to make sure that he doesn't hit me and that I don't hit him. And in my effort of doing that, I take my left foot and it goes whack against the propeller underneath the water, and my foot is, like, in so much pain. Like, it hurt way more than the first time I hit it, and I was like, ow. Oh my god, ow. Like, what is wrong? Let me know I have extra bones on my feet, and I think it hit dead on my extra bone, like where my extra bone is. And it really hurt. So I was like, this is not good. And the boat eventually goes, and my friend on the one side by himself is closest to the ladder to climb back onto the boat. So I'm like, get on the boat. And he's like, I can't, I'm pinned. I'm like, get on the fucking boat. I was really annoyed because, okay, also context for get on the fucking boat. Right before we went, like a couple days before, I was trying to convince the friend who was pinned on the other side to come on the boat, and he was like, I don't want to go. And I was like, just get on the fucking boat. Like, I was just so annoyed. And so then it's been, like, a running joke, like, whenever someone just is annoying us, we're just like, oh, get on the fucking boat, even if it has nothing to do with the boat. So he's on that side, and I'm like, you actually need to get on the fucking boat, because the fact that you can't get on the fucking boat is ridiculous. So he's, like, trying to get on this boat, and, like, fully his whole ass is, like, hanging out, like, fully pants down because of the water. And he's like, oh, the water has, like, made my shorts so wet. And I'm like, yeah, also pull them up while you're at it, like, please pull them up while you're at it. But whatever. And eventually I'm, like, trying to, like, hold him so he doesn't fall, so I'm, like, pushing him up the ladder, whatever. And then the people at the top of the boat are, like, helping him up, whatever. And then I told my other friend to go, and he gets up and he's like, oh, good, I'm not bleeding, because he looked at his foot and he was like, oh, I'm not bleeding, it's fine. And I'm like, oh, great, that means I'm probably not bleeding. I put one foot, like, my left foot got hit, so I put my left foot on the ladder. I looked down at my foot. There's, like, a gaping hole, like, probably, like, this long and wide, like, in my foot. Then there's a second, like, much thinner cut running underneath it, and it's, like, in so much pain. But I was like, this is so crazy, he's not bleeding. So I get on the boat, and as I'm climbing up my ladder, I brought my, because I work in a theme park, and I'm a first responder because I work in a theme park. So I'm, like, certified in CPR, AED, external bleeding, like, frostbite, hypothermia, whatever, all this stuff. So I literally tell my friend, like, and I brought the little, like, we wear a fanny pack at work that has the CPR mask, gauze, gloves. I put my inhaler in there, so I brought it with me to the boat. And everyone, like, when we first left, they're like, oh, we're not gonna need that, like, you're being a little dramatic, like, you're not gonna need that. And so my first words as I'm climbing this ladder are like, you need to get me my hip pack, like, the black fanny pack in my bag, you need to grab it. And I put my gloves on, and I start just clotting my blood with a piece of gauze like this. And then I look over at my friend, I'm like, how is your foot? And his pinky toe looks like Jacob Elordi in Euphoria when he got his digits cut off. I was like, oh my god, this guy's gonna lose his toe. It's, like, so bloody, like, aggressively bloody. and there's so much blood just like gushing out. I'm like, okay, so then I'm holding my foot with gauze, and then I take more gauze and I'm holding his foot like this, most uncomfortable position of all time. And whatever, we're just holding it like that for a little bit, and then he's like, oh, I think it's fine now, I'm just gonna put a band-aid on. So then he does, and his foot's not even close to being cut, like his toes not even close to being cut off. It just looked like it was a massacre. So I took my gauze off and he puts the band-aid on. I'm like, great. And then I'm still holding mine. Mine just doesn't stop bleeding because it's a really deep cut. Like, it's much deeper than his. And I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. So I'm holding it. And it's clotting, it's fine. Eventually I take my gloves off, throw the gauze out, and I fold them, like, inside out so that they're not covered in, like, contamination blood. Like, it's not a bloodborne thing that's, like, just, like, running rampant. So I throw that out, and then, I'm sitting there, and I was seasick before we got on the dinghy, but the fact that I came back on and I'm in so much pain, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sick. Like, I felt so nauseous. And my one friend who made it out, like, allegedly scot-free is like, oh yeah, I swallowed, like, a gallon of salt water. I'm like, you need to make yourself throw up. And he's like, I can't do that. So he eventually, like, goes downstairs to try and, like, sleep. I think at one point he went to the bathroom for something, so he either threw up or is, like, whatever. I think he's fine. But he also was, like, coughing, and we're like, oh, you're gonna need to, like, maybe get that out. And, like, eventually we have to, like, we're, like, looking at him, and he's, like, whatever, and so we, like, hit his back, and then he coughed out some water, and then it was, like, fine. And everyone keeps looking at me. They're like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just in a lot of pain. Like, I couldn't really walk. I was, like, limping around, like, surfing, like, object surfing, like old people do, because they can't really walk very well, and they don't have any balance. So that's fine. And they're like, I also have MRSA. Like, I get MRSA all the time, and it activates with a cut. And they're like, oh, we probably should get you to the hospital. I'm like, no, I want to go to the beach. So they end up taking me to the beach because I'm clearly the most injured, and if I want to go to the beach, then it's fine. So we go to the beach. When I get home, I, like, wrap my foot and everything, and it's, like, all fine. This has now been, it's 4 days out since then. The cuts are kind of healed. There's still, like, a good, like, swelling coming off my foot from where the deep one was. I think I might have broken something. Like, I think I definitely broke my toe. My toe's low-key, like, crooked and in a lot of pain, and that is, like, a problem, but, like, everything else is pretty fine. I just have a lot of purple on my foot. Like, my foot is pretty much entirely bruised, like, the top of my foot, and it's, like, black. Like, my whole foot looks black, and I keep sending my friends, like, update pictures of my foot, which is, like, crazy to say, but if I have to look down on it, so do they. And they keep being like, I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. But my friends also, I think, are stupid, because this is exactly how bruises work. They get really bad looking, and then they are fine. But that was, like, simultaneously my best and worst part of my week, because it was really fun. Like, the entire experience overall was pretty fun. But the injury and, like, the aftermath of it all was pretty rough. And I definitely left a lot of details out, but I was like, I don't really feel like explaining any more than that. But it was an experience for sure. What else is going on this week? I'm really excited, actually, because my friends are starting I'll talk about this first. My friends are starting a book club. I have a bunch of friends who live in Canada. Shout out to you guys if you're on the video. But, I have a bunch of friends in Canada, and my one friend was talking about how she wanted to start a book club, so she sent us a book and was like, who wants to read this book with me? And I'm like, oh, I'll read. I really like reading, and the pace that we have to read this book at, like, they sent, like, a projected schedule made by ChatGPT, which I'm very against. I really hate ChatGPT, but it made the reading schedule for us, and it's, like, only, like, 80 some pages per week, which is, like, in my opinion, that's, like, one sitting. Like, I used to read whole books in, like, 1 to 2 days in the summer. Like, that's what I just do, because in the summer, I work like a dog. Like, I work crazy. I work, like, 40 to 60 hours a week, and then on my days off, I, like, low-key want to do nothing, so I just, like, sit there and either watch YouTube or read, and after I watch YouTube for too long, I feel like I'm rotting to my deathbed, so I end up just reading a book. So I'm kind of excited about this. We're reading Infinite Jest. It's from what I've gathered, I'm really kind of lost because the synopsises are all like somewhat similar but like also different. I've gathered that it's A, about addiction, B, about attention span. Maybe the addiction, I'm really kind of going into this blind because I like to go into most books blind. Like someone tells me like, oh, this is a good book, you should read it, and then I'm like, don't tell me anything else. So it's about addiction and attention spans and how like people's attention spans are like faltering in a like near future 21st century universe. That's like the setting. So I'm thinking, this is written in 1996. I think that it's the reason my friend picked it, because I know how she kind of is probably because it's probably like telling of what's happening now and how everybody's attention spans are so short and how people are addicted to like really short information just being fired at them all the time. And I think that that could be what the book is about. I'm really excited. Like, I'm hoping that that's what the book's about. I really like the concept of our attention span being dwindled. Like, I don't like that that's happening, but I like talking about our attention spans being dwindled and how real and sad and scary it is, and how everything is trying to like manipulate our brains into being stupid. And I'm really invested in that stuff, so I'm really excited to read this book. It's a behemoth though. It's like 1,000 pages. So I'm like, oh, I only have to read 80 pages a week for our schedule, but it's going to take me 12 weeks. Like, the thing literally is a 12-week program basically that we're on, and it's gonna be hefty. But I'm really excited for it. We're starting it on Sunday. I just ordered it today, so it's hopefully coming because I got it on Amazon Prime. Hopefully coming within the next like day or two, and then we're gonna meet every Sunday and talk about it. So I'm really excited because that means that we're not meeting this Sunday because it's too early. Like, we literally just decided today like how the schedule's gonna go, so we have to worry more about it next week. So by next week it says 85 pages, but I suggest that we should do chapters because I am gonna be so irritated if like I have to stop reading in the middle of a chapter. Like, if my chunk of like reading for the week ends in the middle of a chapter, I'm gonna go crazy. Like, I know how I am, and it's gonna make me go insane. Like, I am not capable of just stopping. So either I'm gonna read too far and end up spoiling something for someone, or I'm not gonna read enough because I need it to be an even like number. I'm gonna go crazy. Like, I really can't do it. Like, it'll give me anxiety. I'll think that like the world's gonna end. I'll think that the book's gonna burn. Like, it'll start like crippling me and like making me want to throw up. Like, honestly, it'll make me actually physically nauseous. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But that's my thing about Infinite Jest. Euphoria ended. The season finale, I think it's going to be the series finale. I think there's no way they can come back for season 4. I guess spoilers for Euphoria if you care, coming up in a second, but Euphoria's ending, I think is good. I think it was a good ending. I think it makes no sense for the rest of the 2 seasons. Like, the 2 seasons that came before are very much so not even like close to the same show in season 3. Similarly to how I'm currently watching Attack on Titan. If any of you spoil Attack on Titan for me, I'm gonna go crazy. But my friend told me like, oh, you're gonna press play on season 4 and think you're watching a different show and that you misclicked. And he's right. Like, it's the same characters. Doesn't feel right though. So like, that's kind of how I feel about Euphoria season 3. Like, you press play and you're like, well, that is Rue in Mexico. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, you're like, what's happening? But I think with what the season gave us, like with how the cards were like getting lined up and getting stacked, I think the ending was very good. I think that Sam Levinson honestly said it pretty good in the like post-credit like review thing that he did at the end of the episode, which for some reason only half the people have. Like, some people I've been seeing say like, oh, like mine just literally like had 2 minutes left after the credits, so therefore it couldn't have been all these like 15 minutes of interviews. And I'm like, oh, okay, your HBO Max is weird. But in my 15 minutes that I was granted by God, he mentions that he told this story because it's the only like real version of the story to tell. Like, Rue had to die. Like, there was no way that we were continuing Euphoria with her alive. Like, the true story for many addicts, especially now with the fentanyl rise, is that it ends in death. Like, and I can agree with that. Like, I think we all wanted a happy ending for her, but I don't think that the realistic ending for Rue specifically was happy. And I think that he's right. It did tell the story that Angus Cloud had. He was clean and he relapsed once and then died. And it's really like, that's just kind of how it is. Like, you can be clean for years and years and years and just simply die. And I think that the way that this ended and the fact that it did that was a good thing. Like, I think it needed to be said, because everyone always talks about how the glamorization of Euphoria is a problem and how everyone's always like, oh my god, Euphoria is so cool, Euphoria is so cool. And it's not, you shouldn't be glamorizing it. Like, we shouldn't be looking at addiction and thinking this is a good thing. Like, I want that life. And I think that Euphoria, for the first 2 seasons, did a really good job at making people want to be addicted. But the way season 3 hit, it shows like the messy aftermath, because you're not watching it through the lens of a really high person anymore. You're watching it through the lens of someone who's trying to escape being high and is clean, and you're like, what the hell is going on? And it all looks like a complete and utter mess. So I think that season 3, while it's like ridiculous, like, while this whole strip club, like OnlyFans, people getting their toes cut off plot is like delusional for the most part, I think that the story that we are supposed to be focused on, which is inherently Rue's, like, Rue is the main character, she is who we were following, like, I think her story ended appropriately. I think it's an unfortunate ending and people are allowed to be sad and grieve Rue and be upset that she's gone, but I think that she had to die in order for the series to like really have that packing punch at the end. Also, the entire thing was told through like narration of the past tense. Like, you had to know that it was after her death. Like, I don't know, but in my opinion, it was a good ending. I think that if we kept glamorizing it, it could be problematic later on, and I'm actually really glad that Sam Levinson didn't like hold back and be like, oh, let's keep her alive. Like, no, you gotta kill her, I think, is the only way you can do it. I also think when I heard that they were gonna keep Fez, like the character, alive in the show, I was like, how the fuck are we doing that? That's gonna be so stupid. But I think that the way that they did it was also pretty tasteful. Like, it wasn't like here's a CGI version of Angus Cloud and it's crazy. It was like a very much like good way to put his story in recap, and also make kind of the part of her like delusional like death like hallucination believable. Like, I think if Fez was like not mentioned at all in the season, but he was in prison, because like I don't think they would have killed him, and he just wasn't mentioned at all, like her hallucination of him escaping from prison and whatever, like, would have been nuts. Like, we all have been like, where on earth did this come from? But it was kind of, the fact that he escaped from prison and the fact that she went to go after him was like somewhat believable. Like, you could kind of believe what was going on until you realize like, oh, she's gone. Like, I don't know, I think it was good. I also think that the way that all of the stuff ended with Lori and her nonsense was like appropriate. I just think, like, I don't know, I think that all of it ended adequately. Like, it, which is definitely a hot take, but I don't really care. I also think that people have lost the art of inference. Like, people who are tweeting like, oh my god, why did Bishop even turn on Alamo? Like, what's going on? It's like, who cares? Like, frankly, like I don't know, like, genuinely, who cares? Like, you're not supposed to have every single thing spoon-fed to you. If you do that, that's not gonna like develop your ability to think, which kind of results back to like the argument of like how your attention span is dwindling and like everything's going badly and you're not able to think for yourself anymore. And I'm glad that like there were not necessarily plot holes, but like things that were left like completely unanswered. Like, I don't know, like but it's also not even like, it wasn't like Bishop, oh my god, Bishop, like, when he's talking about that snake being like, oh, it like sizes people up and then eats them, like, their meals, and it was talking about that girl. And the entire time you're thinking that he's talking about Rue. But, like, he's talking about himself. It was just, like, it was good foreshadowing that you just didn't see coming. Like, I think the pieces were put down. His exact motive as to why he did it, unsure. But it's not like it didn't come out of completely nowhere. Like, you could tell towards the middle of the season he was getting fed up with Alamo. And it was like, I don't know, I just feel like it was a good ending, and people just need to develop critical thinking skills. I feel the same way about Stranger Things. A little less so, though. Like, Stranger Things did have, like, a somewhat ridiculous ending. Like, I do think that the fight scene being less time than Will's coming out scene is crazy. Happy Pride, by the way. And I knew Will was gay. I'm really happy he's gay, and I think it was a thing that was necessary to be said. But I do think that it's ridiculous that they killed Vecna that fast. It's not even saying that the scene of him coming out should have been shorter. It's more just me saying they should have taken longer to kill Vecna. Like, what are we doing? So I think that was a little stupid in my opinion. But I think for the most part, Stranger Things also ended not horribly. Like, it wasn't like an atrocity to the franchise. It's like, oh my god, what are we doing? I think the problem was that the Duffers said that we're gonna have a bloody Christmas and a bloody New Year's and it's gonna be horrible. Like, I think that is their fault that they got our expectations so high, and it's just like what? Who cares? But I also think that the problem at its core is that we grew up with the show. It spent 10 years, right? Like, I remember at the beginning of the new year, I wrote in, like, my journal, like, I can't believe that Stranger Things is ending, and I'm really upset about it. Not because the show that I've watched for 10 years is ending, but because it also feels like my childhood is going with it. Like, I have not had a singular age in my life that starts with the number 1 that did not have an active, like, season of Stranger Things, like, going. But the second that number turns to 2, like, it's all of a sudden over. And it made me feel like, oh my god, like, it's really truly the end of an era. It's truly the end of my childhood. And that's what I was upset about. So I think that people were taking their nostalgia and being almost blinded by it, being like, oh my god, this show was, like, so meaningful and it's, like, gone so badly. But I don't think it ended that horribly. Like, I think there are definitely unanswered things, but, like, you're not supposed to just get, like, you're supposed to think. Like, you're supposed to be left with a think piece afterwards. Like, all the people, the most annoying one for sure was all the people who were like, what happened to all the pregnant people in the Upside Down? And you're like, they died with the Upside Down. Like, I feel like, and they're like, but they didn't explicitly show it. And you don't have to explicitly show it. Like, if you use an ounce of your own brain, you'll know that they died. I'm sorry. Like, I sound mean, and I really kind of mean it. Like, I don't, like, it really is just like, hello, like, get with the situation going on. Like, it's not that unbelievable that these people are, like, dead. Like, I'm sorry. Anyways, this derailed really far. I really just wanted to talk about the ending of Euphoria and how I thought it was good, but I started going on a tangent. So I'm gonna cut that short. What I really want to talk about, truly, like, the whole, probably what the title of the video is I am a girl with very minimal friends that are girls, and I think that is an experience that I need to talk about. Growing up, I had a lot of friends that were girls, like, a lot. Like, my main core friend group was girls, my neighbors were all girls, like, I was just friends with girls, and I really loved them and everything, and obviously my neighbors weren't, like, my best friends, so that happened. And as we aged, like, when we hit middle school, we started befriending guys, because that was when it wasn't like, oh my god, ew, cooties, like, you know what I mean, like, so we befriended guys in middle school, and then, like, and, you know, you have your classic, like, middle school, high school falling outs, and, like, certain people leave your friend group, certain people stay, whatever, and then our group went from, like, 10 to 7 within, like, a year. And then these 7 people I was really, really close with, like, really close with. I would say the number proportionately was, like, it was 3 guys and 4 girls, me being one of the girls. So I had an equal amount of guys and girl friends, and it was good. Like, I really liked it, whatever. And then I had a really bad falling out with the guys, and it was, like, something that was really, really bad. And I told all the girls, and the fact that they didn't side with me, despite the fact that I've known them for about 8 years at this point, was what really hurt me. And so then all of them kind of got cut out of my life. And in high school, I entered my first year of high school having mostly guy friends. It was also the year I got, like, my first, like, actual real boyfriend. Like, I had one in middle school, not really counting it, but, like, in high school, I would say that was my first, like, real actual, like, relationship. Like, I don't know. He might say something different. He's probably in the comments. Hey, man. But I just, I don't know. So I had a lot of guy friends in high school, and then I remember vividly having a psychotic breakdown of not having that bond with a girl anymore, because my childhood best friend that I went to kindergarten with, like, she didn't go to my school, so she started, like, living her life, going separate ways, and, like, we would vacation together a couple times, like, once a year, and we would go out to dinner a couple times a year, but, like, we weren't, like, best friends anymore, which is, like, reasonable. Like, we didn't see each other all the time, so that's, like, fair, but I still, like, would love to eat with her, like, today. Like, I would love to go out with her right now. Like, whenever we're with each other, like, we're pretty close again. But I just, for a long time, I just, like, for a year or two straight, I only had guy friends, truly, and it made me go crazy, and I remember telling all of them, like, I need friends that are girls. Like, I need friends that are girls. I can't do this anymore. And so I went and I made my mark, and I tried to be in this friend with a bunch of girls, and I did. I really did. And there's a bunch of girls and guys. It was mixed again, but that's fine. Like, I just needed girls to be in my life. Like, I couldn't just go like that. And we made it through the next 2 years of high school, so my junior and senior year, and a little bit of my freshman year of college. I would say around winterish. It's my fault. I distanced myself from everybody then because I was going through a lot of stuff medically, and I didn't really feel fully supported. So I distanced myself from every single person, including my best friend ever. And I was really distant. And the only people I had left were the people that I met towards the end of my senior year of high school. So, timeline, I guess, in January of 2024, I got hit by a car, and I need my neighbor to drive me to and from school every single day. And because of this, he would also drive some of his friends home, so I started getting kind of close with his friends. I met one of their friends that goes to another school, who's, like, one of my, like, very, very good friends now. These are all the people that I went on the boat with. And then over the summer, I was, like, kind of balancing the two friend groups, like, their friend group and the one from my high school friends with all the girls and stuff that I made. And then towards the end of that year, I just felt unsupported by half of those people, so I cut the half that didn't support me and kept the ones that were going to. And I kind of regret it. I wish I still had them in my life, because I'll see pictures of them on, like, Instagram and stuff, and they'll be hanging out, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was there. But, like, I don't think it would be right. Like, I think that it was a necessary thing for me at the time, but I don't, like, think it would be good anymore. So that's it. But now I'm stuck with a bunch of guy friends once again. And even in college, my college roommate, like, she was a girl, but our two friends for all of our freshman year of college were guys. Like, it was 2 girls, 2 guys. It was an even split, and whatever. And that was fine, and I was enjoying my life. Those were my best friends, like, genuinely my best friends. And then me and my roommate didn't live together the next year. I lived with our one guy friend, and then she lived with our other friend, who was a girl, and we lived directly next to each other. And eventually my roommate moves out and moves in with my freshman year roommate, so that felt like kind of I was being betrayed, so I don't really talk to them anymore, like, at all. Like, it kind of went no contact really fast. I talked to the one guy friend that we had from college, but I'm back at square one where I have no friends that are girls. I joined a sorority, and I do love all of those girls, like, dearly. Like, I think that they're amazing, and I love them. But I'm not, like, close with any of them. Like, some of them I'll talk to, whatever, but next year I don't have a roommate in the house, because I don't think I should live with someone again. Like, I think that went really horribly wrong. But I don't have anyone that I'm, like, best friends with, like, in there either, so I'm, like, kind of at a place where I'm, like, I don't even know what to do, but I really want friends that are girls. And 2 of my Canadian friends are girls, and I'm visiting them in July, but I can't, like, see them every day, you know what I mean? I talk to them frequently, whatever, but I wish I had friends that were girls that could understand, like, things that, like, I just want to talk about with girls. Like, not even, like, I'm not even talking about like medical stuff, like, oh, my menstrual cycle, it's awful. Like, I don't want to even do that, but like just like basic interest stuff. Like, I need someone to talk to about like Tyler Catastrophe, and I have that in like one of my Canadian friends. But I need someone like in my life to talk to about like things that like are very much like girl centric topics. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. And like my guy friends, like I have similar interests with them, like whatever, but we have way more different than we are similar. And that's not to say that I'm going to ditch all of them and that it's gonna be like I can't talk to you anymore. But I just need someone to like have a closer bond with that I don't have right now. And it really genuinely hurts because then when you talk to people like about your friends, they're always like, oh, you don't have any guy friends. Like, oh, you're a pick me, you're just getting attention. I swear on my life I'm not a pick me. I long for friends that are girls. And I keep seeing these things that my county, there's like the county that I live in, it's like, oh, like a girls club for them, and like a couple times a month they'll have like events for like young adult women to like go hang out and make friends. And I'm like, I would love to go to one of these, but I'm afraid that either the people will be too old and there'll be like an age gap, or like I just won't see them either. Like, I don't want to be in a place where like I really am just gonna end up being more hurt by people not being in my life when I would wish them to be in my life. But I just like, I don't know how much I can deal with it for. Like, I don't want to sound like depressing, but I just wish I had friends that were girls. And everyone, whenever I tell that to, they're like, oh, just go make girlfriends. And it's like, it's so much harder than that. Like, so much harder than that. And I don't even, like, I wish there was almost like an app that was like a dating app, but just for friends. So you could like meet people and like be friends with them. And I'm being serious. Like, I want to meet a girl that I'm friends with. Like, almost like how when you apply for college and then you're like, oh, I'm moving in, like I'm looking for a roommate, you like message a bunch of people and you're like, oh, who's gonna be your roommate, and it's like, I wish that we could do that again, like, but like for everyday life. And I just wish I had friends that were girls, and I wish that people would stop judging me for having a bunch of guy friends. Like, I hate that. That's the worst part about it, in my opinion, is that people just look at me backwards. Like, they look at me like I'm crazy, like, why are you only friends with guys, like what's wrong with you? It's like, I swear to God, there's nothing wrong with me, but they're like, well, something's gotta be wrong with you if no girl wants to talk to you. It's like, no, you're not getting it. And it's like, it's just, I wish I had it, and I just don't have that bond, and I'm really longing for it. Like, I don't know how to fix it either, is the problem. Like, I don't know how to fix this issue. It's just a thing that's happening, and I don't even know what to really say about it, but I want friends. I really want friends. And I'm tired of feeling like, not like left out, but I'm tired of feeling like I'm missing a piece of me. Like, I feel like every girl needs a friend that is a girl. Like, you need someone to be that like rock and that like anchor for you. And it's like, if I struggle, we struggle together. And I need it. Like, I feel like I'm missing a part of my soul that like I'm never gonna find. Because now it's like, you have the big big three to meet people, right? You have school, work, and like social outings or like a bar or something. That's when you meet people. That's what they say about like meeting like your partner too, like your husband, wife, whatever. You have these three places to meet them. School, I'm almost out of time. I'm halfway done college. I'm probably not gonna get my master's, at least not anytime soon, whatever. At work, I know all my coworkers. Like, I'm pretty established in my workplace, and I feel like none of the girls that I work with, they're either too young for me, like a good sizable like 2 to 3 year age gap. That's actually all of them. It's not like an either situation. Like, they are 2 to 3 years younger than me, and it's like, I don't really want to be the weird person that's like hanging out with high schoolers. Like, I don't want to be that person. And like, I talk to them and like whatever, but I'm tired of like feeling like I'm missing something. So I really just need to like go out and meet people. Like, I need to go to a social setting, but I'm also not old enough to go to like a bar. Like, I'm 20. And I also am not going to a bar by myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna like, oh, like, let me just go to a bar by myself and see if I meet anyone. Like, that's, in my opinion, psychotic work. Like, genuinely psychotic work. And I'm not really gonna do that for no reason. Like, I would love to go out and meet people. So I'm thinking about going to these like girls club things, but I am afraid that like they're gonna think that they're too old for me, or that people are going to these things with their friends. They're not really like inviting new people in, and I would be going by myself because I know no other girls. So I'm really like going through it and struggling, and honestly, like, if anyone has tips or anything on how to make friends that are girls, like, please, like, let me know. Like, I feel like I really honestly need it, like, a lot, because it's really starting to kill me that, like, I'm kind of just by myself on an island. But I don't know if you guys can hear it, but someone's playing My Heart Will Go On outside my window, like, really loudly. Part of me wonders if they're, like, playing outside the window, like, almost like a movie to show you, like, oh, like, my heart will go on, and it's like, no one's doing that to me, though, so I don't really know what's going on, but, like, I don't know, I really wish I just had friends that were girls, and I'm tired of people looking at me. Normalize not judging girls who are friends with only guys. Like, that's the other thing, is that I'm tired of the standard that, like, if you're only friends with people of the opposite gender, you're a pick-me or whatever, because it's either for girls, if you're only friends with guys, you're a pick-me, and if you're a guy friends with only girls, you're gay. Like, that's just the two lineup. Like, I think we need to normalize not having that happen. Like, it's kind of annoying. Like, I really wish that we all as a society could move along and just, like, be friends with whoever we want to be friends with. Because I'm really tired of people looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, I think that's also part of the reason why I want friends, like, which is really sad, because I'm letting other people and how they view me motivate how I live my life. But I can't not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it overtakes you. And I just don't even really know what to do about it. So, I guess if you have friends that are girls, and you didn't meet them through, like, high school or work or something, like, so let me know how you met your friends. Like, I really want to know, like, I want to get to the bottom of it, or, like, if there is a friend dating app, like, let me know. Like, please let me know. Also, I feel like Tinder now has that as a feature, but maybe I'm losing my mind. But I also am not really trying to meet my friends off of Tinder. Seems like a weird move. But also, I hate those girls. Oh my god, I hate the girls that are, like, on Tinder, and then they set their settings to, like, being a lesbian, so they can be like, oh, I'm not a lesbian, but I just want to find friends. It's like, you're crazy. Like, you're nuts. I feel like maybe, like, Hinge would be the move, because then you can, like, read people's stuff. I really don't know. Like, someone let me know if there's, like, any friend versions of dating apps, like, friend matchmaking apps. Like, I really need to know that. That might be really helpful, actually. Like, genuinely, actually, that might be really helpful. So, that's kind of how I am. I'm kind of at a standstill right now. I don't really know what else to really say about it. Like, it's kind of just how it is. I just needed to get the kind of off my chest. Like, I really just needed to know how people are getting friends, and, like, what we're doing, and, like, what the tips and tricks are. How weird are you allowed to be on day one? You know what I mean? Like, all that stuff. I think part of it is also because I'm, like, reading The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm getting a little upset by that. And I'm like, I wish I just had, like, I just wish girls could be girls, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Also, someone please let me know if, like, Obsession is that scary of a movie. Like, I have PTSD, like, from horror movies. Please let me know if you think it'll trigger it, or, like, what could possibly trigger it. I would love to see that movie. Unrelated, but I just needed to say that. Otherwise, that's kind of it. That's kind of all I have for the week. I think this is a good start. I hope you enjoyed some of my short stories that are long. And I hope that you will tune in for more in the future. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a lovely week. I will see you next week, on whatever day I decide to upload this, so that I can keep a consistent schedule. And I actually will try to be consistent. I guess I should also say that, like, update, my room is clean. Clean and organized. Question mark. Never really finished my little tracker thing from the winter. But yeah, I just hope you guys have a lovely week. I hope you guys have any fun stories. If you have anything that happened to you, like, let me know. I want to know. I want to know your, like, tea. Any near-death experiences, please share with the class. But yeah, I hope to see you all in a week, and I will see you all then whenever I upload. I'm hoping, like, Saturdays. Bye, guys.